Welcome to our special YouTube video series for the restaurant industry as impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. My name's Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal, and before we delve into this video, we want to hope that everybody in the restaurant industry, the businesses, the bars, the support service businesses, they can find their way through this troubling time and restart their businesses, and people who are involved in the business do not lose their livelihoods and do not lose their shirts because of this. However, what we're going to be discussing today is the reality that, in fact, this particular pandemic and the way the government has responded in closing down the businesses and the like, and hopefully it's only a one-off, has probably devastated a large swath of the restaurant industry, bars, and all the businesses that support restaurants, bars, and other members of the hospitality industry. So what has that created? Well, that's going to create a buyer's market, because there's going to be a lot of businesses that were teetering on the edge, and they're now going to find themselves either just walking away from the businesses, trying to sell them for cut rate prices, or taking government funding, not being able to capitalize on the government funding just because we don't know what the impact is going to be. And we're going to find that this whole industry, restaurants, bars, hospitality, support businesses to them, are going to be having to refine themselves. If there's going to be a lot of people who can take advantage of the opportunity and build themselves up. But there's a lot that were already in trouble or were just got impacted adversely by this situation, and it's going to be very tough. And there are, from the buyer's perspective, going to be considerable opportunities. The fact of the matter is, there's going to be businesses that are just going to be closed down. People are going to walk away from their leases, going to walk away from their franchises and say enough is enough, and they're going to walk away. So you're not necessarily only going to be dealing with restaurants and bars and suppliers that are wanting to sell. You might very well want to look at the landlords who are in possession of these spaces for lease with wholesale equipment ready to run a restaurant, run a bar, because people said, I can't pay it. I can't keep on doing this. This is taking too much away from me. So you're going to have to then look at that. But or you're going to have restaurant owners who can say, I got to sell. I can't do this anymore. The only problem is that when you look to sell in this market, because of how the environment is, the uncertainty of it is, and all the issues surrounding it, you're not going to be able to get the kind of money you might have just got 2 years ago. And even then it wasn't the greatest, but now it's going to be even worse. So it really is going to be a buyer's market. But from the buyer's perspective, if you're looking to buy, you got to be cautious. You got to understand what is the new environment you're getting into. Are you even going to be able to get government financing that everybody is going to be looking at from the restaurant side? Because you're coming in after the fact, potentially. What are you going to be able to do with that? And is there some arrangement that you can make with the previous seller to get that financing, that you can undertake the business, use it to drive up the opportunity? That's always a possibility. We don't know what the legislation is going to be, and it's going to be different from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Now, if you're going to buy, you got to look at what the creditors are. There's going to be a lot of them potentially, and we don't know where everybody stands. We don't know what the rates are going to be. Lease rates for property. Were they sustainable? They might not have been sustainable, so you might be able to push back, get those rates reduced. But if you're buying from the landlord, you might well be able to buy the equipment for cents on the dollar, because the equipment's there. The restaurant sellers, the bar sellers of the bars, and the other service businesses, they're going to be in a very tight position right now because they don't know if their clients are coming back or not. They don't know what the degree is, if this pandemic is a one-off or is it going to be recurring every year, every few years. What's the impact? Is the government constantly going to be shutting down? There's also a question of the delivery business. Are people going to be shifting away from sit down and going more to delivery? And how's the delivery competition going to be? Are you going to be able to capitalize it, or is it going to cut into your business? There are a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of uncertainties. Your due diligence is therefore going to have to be that much greater. You're going to have to assess stuff that much more. Even the possibility of attaining financing from banks is going to be that much more difficult. So you have to really consider these aspects, like where are you going to get the money for this stuff? Because the banks already looked at the restaurant industry as a very shaky business, and they constantly sought out guarantees and indemnifications, but primarily personal guarantees, where they would get people to personally guarantee their own home, other property, other investments to finance their restaurant acquisitions. So, which is a very, in some ways, dangerous things for people to undertake, especially with the uncertainty in the market. So really, you have to be doing a full-scale review before you commit to any restaurant acquisition. You have to be speaking with knowledgeable people, appropriate professionals. And that's what we are in part here for, and others are there for. You want to be making the right decisions. Yes, there's an opportunity, and as we say, it is going to be a buyer's market. But at the same time, you need to understand the concerns associated with buying into this market. Well, I hope you found this YouTube video informative. We hope everybody in the restaurant industry, the bar industry, and the service industries make the most and are successful out of this pandemic. And if you need to get any more information, please feel free to contact us. We're more than willing to work with you, and we hope everybody comes out of this successfully and, well, with a shirt on the back of their backs. Okay, thank you.